Australia, and we are here to do some product research for e-commerce to find your next winning dropshipping product. My name is Chris. I am the head of education over at a school called the Freedom Club. This is an online school, really a community full of coaches like myself who, well, let me just adjust my camera 1 second. Full of coaches like myself who are obsessed with e-commerce and love to teach people how to change their lives in creating their own dropshipping businesses. This is literally our passion. This is what I do day in, day out. I have several dropshipping stores, most of which I show on my streams. I've earned over $16 million in revenue. Yeah, it's more by now. And behind me, I've got awards from Shopify and from Zipify apps. Congratulating me on my success. I've had stores that I've bought and sold. I've got hundreds of thousands of customers, and entering niches just for the hell of it now, just to see if I can make money in those niches. And I want to teach as many people as possible how to do this, because this is a skill that you learn and it's yours for life. This is not a dropshipping skill, it's a sales skill where you could sell anything. It just so happens that right now, dropshipping is the easiest thing to sell. I've helped brands from all around the world learn to sell their own individual products, not in dropshipping. The skill is transferable. Anyway, enough babbling. We're here to find winning dropshipping products. That's what we're here to do. So if you want to join the school, you can join for free and get started in the program that gives you a 30-day challenge. If you then want additional access to our exceptional material, you can book a call with the sales team. You can even do one-on-ones with myself, with our other coaches. You can even do one-on-ones with our founders if you want to go down that route. There's a package for everybody. There absolutely is. And if you do want to work with me, stick around. You can send a message to me by hitting the link in the description of this video to come and have a chat with me on WhatsApp. I have one-on-one calls that are going to be starting in the next week or so, and I only have limited spots. One spot is already taken. That leaves probably 3 more in total. I reckon I can do 3. I'm keeping it small so that I can focus on the students that are booking the one-on-ones and really digging deep and help them. You will find success. You will make money. That is a guarantee. Anyway, let's get the students from the Freedom Club in on this call and go find some products. All right, let's go live. For those wondering, we're going live inside the Freedom Club. That's what we're doing right now. All right, Freedom Clubbers, welcome to Sunday morning's product research call. It's morning here in the Gold Coast. I know it's not morning down there, down south. Good afternoon to those people down south or in another country. We are here to find your first or second winning dropshipping products. I'm here to answer your questions. If you've got a product that you've been thinking about launching, or you found one and you want my opinion, drop the message or drop the link to a message in the chat here and I can take a look. Don't be afraid. It is perfectly okay to share your products at this point. They're just ideas, and trust me, everyone's had the same ideas, okay? We cannot be precious about dropshipping products. We cannot be precious. There are thousands of them, and people will choose the same products that you want to sell. Your job is to do it better. That's what your job is. Your job is to learn from everybody else and do it better. So, David, Sally, Nat, welcome. Luke, welcome. Kelly, welcome. Michael, welcome. If this is your first a call with me, please let me know in the chat. My name is Chris, and I will just tell you a little bit about myself before we get started with the products, just because this is my first opportunity to get to know a lot of you. So I am the head of education here. I've been doing dropshipping now for 8-9 years. It all started when I realized that the corporate world was not for me all those many years ago, and I was obsessed. But the pressure to succeed came when my wife was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer 8-9 years ago, and that's when I realized I'm wasting my life. I'm wasting my life away from my family in my corporate job. My kids didn't get to see me more than an hour or two a day, and I needed this to work. And with my wife completing her treatment, I was able to be inspired by her, and I built this brand that I'm going to show you for her. That's my missus there. She is 8 years cancer free. And because she fell in love with this craft, I realized that I could help other people who were suffering, and I could help other people who had anxiety, who had health issues, who couldn't get out and about for whatever reason. And together, we built this brand around our story. And that's the important thing. It's all very well and good to do drop shipping, but if you want to create a true brand, you need a reason why, and you need a story, and you should never be choosing products that you don't like, you don't agree with, you don't want to, you get annoyed by them or anything like that. You can sell anything, but it works better when you have passion behind it. Now, I'm not an artsy crafty guy, and these are artsy crafty kits. My wife loved them, and because I saw how much they helped her, I wanted to help other people with them. And my thing is just wanting to help people. So that was my why. And you can see here, the reason why you might want to have a good why is because the best way to advertise your product is when people see the passion in you. And you can build an ad that showcases that passion. So this is me filming myself doing one of our kits at home, even though I hate it. I can't stand sitting here for hours doing crafts when I could be making money. But you know, it is what it is. So you can tell our why if you go off to our About Us. Now, for those of you who maybe haven't seen my video in the Freedom Club's interview that I did, this store has done 16, I think it's 16, maybe 15, I don't know. It's done many teens of millions of dollars since I launched it. And it continues to make, at this stage, we had a massive big year for COVID. It was incredible. We were doing $20,000, $30,000 days in COVID. And since then, it's stabilized, and we're doing about 7 figures a year. Around about that much. Just from this. And the thing is, I don't do anything for this store anymore, other than maybe every half a year we go on, we get new ads for it, and then my staff do the rest. Everything's automated. I do write my own emails, so once a week I'll spend 20 minutes crafting my emails for the week, and that's it. And that it's set and forget. And that's why I'm here teaching you guys, because otherwise I'd be sitting there whittling away with my business. But we're not here to whittle away with our businesses. We're here to make assets that really help us. And that's what I want to teach for you guys. So that's why I'm here, and that's why I have a passion for this. If you guys keep trying, if you stick your heads down, if you learn everything that Austin is saying, the reason why I'm happy teaching with Austin is because I love the course material that he produces. If I produced my own course, it would say exactly the same thing as Austin. And when I saw Austin's content, I was like, mate, we got to work together. We are aligned with this, the way that you do businesses. It's exactly how I built Homecraftology. And from then I became the head of education. Anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about your products, and then I'll show you how I find products. All right, so Nat, you want to show me Thera Ice. Now that sounds familiar. I am fairly sure I've seen that. I'm just struggling up here with the chat system, so hold on. I know these guys. Well, I don't know them personally, but I have seen this before, and it's certainly been on my list before. All right, so Thera Ice, headache hat, soothing, migraine relief. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Pop this. I mean, you have to get an official approval. For those who don't know, part of my role here is to approve or reject. That sounds terrible, but not either approve or not approve people's ideas. So this, if you put this forward, I will be happy to approve it. Now, you might be looking at this and thinking, Dan, how can I sell my own logoed stuff? That's easy. That's easy. First, we start with the products that we have on hand, which might not have your logo, or they might have an Asian style logo. Start with that and see if you can get a couple of orders. See if you can figure out the good ads that work and have a good landing page. And if you can, and if you get a couple of orders, then we introduce you to our manufacturers, and they can laser your logo onto pretty much anything. And then you would update your packaging. That's how that would work. So we start small. We test the market. We make sure that we know how to sell this thing. And when we do, then we can invest and go all in. But yeah, this is a good product. All right, next. If you haven't found a product, don't worry. I'm going to show you how I find products, and I'm going to share my personal product database with you guys in just a second. Just let me go through these. Another one from Nat, lymphatic gloves. Yeah, that sounds interesting. Oh. Well, I haven't seen these before. It wasn't as disgusting as I thought it was going to be. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this. All right. That is cool. That is actually really cool. How on earth did you find these? And you see what works here is Chelsea Jean has put herself as the brand. Same thing that I did for Homecraftology. My wife is the brand. You don't have to do that. You don't have to be the brand. It's just, my gosh, it's effective. All right, Kelly, your first call, you're keen on this product right here. I am not 100% sure about this one. I've seen it advertised many times. I know a brand who did really, really well on this one. You would have to first find competitors who are still advertising this one and being successful. And if you can show me someone who's still advertising this and being successful, then maybe. But until then, maybe not. All right, I'm just putting up all your links, guys. Okay. You found it in the product database. Oh, cool. Well, what do you know? All right, this is the next one. Candle warmer lamp. Well, let's have a look, actually. I don't know about this one. Let's go see if these guys are actually running ads. Milkwick Home Fragrance, is that it? Milkwick. Running ads since January 13, but not for this. No, for this particular one, in the same way here that I'm using the Facebook ad library. So if you don't know how to use the Facebook ad, let me get my glasses on actually. If you don't know how to use the Facebook ad library, go to Google, type in Facebook ad library, and it will take you to the Facebook ad library. This is a free way to spy on your competition. And if you're advertising on Facebook, the moment you're approved, your ads will be available in the ad library. So you can see here, Milkwick are advertising candles. Their ads have only been running for 3 days, which tells me they're not particularly stable. These ones running since last year for candles though, not for the lamp. So this lamp isn't one of the things that they're advertising through ads. So this is a no for me. Okay. Where'd my chat window go? Here we go. Okay, handy bar. Handy bar. Let's go. Okay. What is this thing? Support handle, get you in and out of the castle. Oh, that's a bit ingenious. Okay. Handy bar. Are we advertising? 285 followers. Ooh, it's not a lot. All right, let's see if they're running ads. What price range do I recommend for a primary product? It's not about the price. It's about the profit margin. That's the thing. It's about the profit margin. So these guys aren't advertising. This is a cool idea. If you can find another person selling something similar and they got ads that are running, then maybe. But I need to see another brand who's doing well. Now, in terms of prices, it's something that you got to think about is there's going to be a cost to acquire a new customer. So you run your ads are running, you're paying Facebook for those ads, you're paying for impressions. So you pay a quarter of a quarter of a quarter of a quarter of a percent every time your ad is shown to someone on Facebook. And depending on how good your ad is and how good your product is, you will get a purchase on that for a given price. Now, for the most of what I've seen, for an average, a large average of products, if you have a product that's under $100, you might get a purchase price, if your ads are good, for around about $20 to $35 to $40 Australian. If your product costs you around $30 and your Facebook costs you around about $30 to $40, and your profit margin there is an extra $30 to $40 to pay, or well, maybe it's $20 to pay the vendor, then you will earn $10 to $20 every time you get a sale, something like that. So you got to do the maths to make sure it's going to work. Now, if people buy 2 or 3 of your product, then you're going to make a lot more money. So it makes sense to sell products where a bundle makes sense. It makes sense to sell products where you're going to have upsells of congruent products that might make you money. And you could even, for some products, sell them at a 4 times margin. So you buy it from the vendor for $30 and you sell it for $120. That does exist. I sell those on my websites. They work really well. But the idea here is to find a product that you can sell profitably. It doesn't matter what the price is. It matters how much it costs you and how much someone else will pay. That's the thing. That's the important thing. How much does it cost you versus how much will someone actually pay? And it might take a little bit of practice, not practice, it might take a couple of products to find that winning product for you. So let's look at large food warming mat. I know some students who've tried this one. I don't think it's a great idea. In fact, I think it's a bit of a fire hazard, but I honestly can't imagine why I would put this in my kitchen. Looks like an eyesore. Yeah, and no, I think you should avoid this one. Doesn't look very safe. Oh, it looks terrible. Good idea. Interesting idea. I want to say good idea. Interesting idea. Not that you had a bad idea, just the idea for the product in general. Now, Bombay hair. Yes, that's on my list. Absolutely already on my list. And I'll share my list with you in a minute. I do love the idea of hair. If you can get access to good quality hair. And this is a bidet. Possibly. The problem with this product, it's a good product, but I don't think many Australians are fit to install this, especially on a regular Australian toilet. I don't know if many of us have access to the pipes like this. I think we had a student who did sell a conversion kit once. I don't know how that... Sorry, I can't remember how well they went. But I mean, you could... This is only... It's $19. You could sell this quite easily for $100, which is a 5 times 5, 20, 40, 60, 80. That's a 5 times ROAS. And people would probably pay for it. I'm not saying no for this one. I'm not saying no. But I do want you to buy it and test installing it for yourself, because it's got to be easy to install. Kelly, another one. Man, you guys are doing my job for me today. Oh, that was this one. Thank you so much for all of the recommendations. Let me show you my list. So this is my personal winning list right here. You guys can have access to it. It is free for all Freedom Club members, and for anyone watching on YouTube, you can access this list for free as well. And look, let's not be precious. If you see a product in here, you can take any product that's here regardless of the coloring. Well, if it's red, please don't put it through, because I won't approve that, okay? If it's orange, it means that I need a little bit more time before I'm ready to say yes or no. It could be a good product. It's just that whoever we found that was advertising it had only been advertising it for a short time. White products are good products to run for anybody. Green products are good products to run, especially for newbies. If you have never run a product before, there is a good chance that these ones might be fairly easy. Now, the difference between easy and the white products might be a little bit more lucrative, but they're going to require a bit more of an investment in getting your UGC, in setting up your fulfillment, and that kind of stuff. So green products should be really easy to get going. White products might be a little bit more in the long run, more lucrative, but certainly will have a higher bar of entry is how to put it. Now, yellow products. These are products that I have either run in the past, or I'm currently running now, or I really honestly plan to run in the future. So if you see a yellow product, I'm by no means am I saying you cannot run that. All I'm saying is don't be surprised when you see my ads in the newsfeed. That's all. And I encourage competition, guys. I absolutely encourage competition. I don't care if you want to sell a product that I'm selling. I don't care if you want to sell diamond painting kits like Home Craftology. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. If I have an opportunity to have another person in the market as a competitor, I welcome that because I get to learn off what I see you doing, and you get to learn off what you see me doing. So competition is very, very healthy. What is not cool is if you go to someone's website and you steal their images or you steal their videos, if they've made them themselves. Like a lot of people will take the same videos and the same images that the vendor creates. If you're getting something off eBay, if you're getting something off a Chinese vendor, that's fine. That's generally fine. You know they supply the imagery and we use that, and that's fine. And multiple people might have that on their websites. If you want to do that, that's fine. But if someone has gone and created something, you cannot take that. You can't copy their text, you can't copy their images, and you can't copy their videos. So just bear that in mind. When I say you can't, like you literally can. It's just if they see their image that they've created on your website, they can put what's called a DMCA strike, which is basically a copyright strike against you. And if you get more than one or two of those, you run the risk of Shopify destroying, or not destroying, but banning your account. And the same on Facebook. If you run ads that have images or videos that someone else has already made and they claim a copyright strike, you run the risk of having your Facebook ad account terminated. So just bear that in mind. All right. That's my product database list. Oh, now we're going to go find some products. So, ladies and gentlemen, I do choose a different tool for my product research. Our course teaches you to use Minia. Minia is fantastic, and by all means, if you prefer Minia, you can use that. For my personal product analysis, I like to use PiPi ads. It's my current favorite tool. It's not the only tool. There's many others that do the same thing. I like PiPi ads because the interface is really fast. I also like it because it has TikTok and Facebook ads. And if we can find something that's trending on TikTok that hasn't quite trended on Facebook or Instagram, then we can scale up a bit faster. It's a bit more exciting. So that's why I do that now. I'm going to be searching for ads in e-commerce. We're going to be using America, Australia, and Canada as our countries. Why? Because they are the big three. Sometimes I'll include the UK, just depends on how I feel about it. Sally, just on the videos that other people have made, if they are doing product reviews but aren't selling a product, can they be used or same rules apply? So there's a little bit of a like... 1 second, guys. What the hell is that? I just had a meeting pop up. Just 1 sec. 1 sec. I need to put a pin in that. Sorry, guys. Someone made a meeting with me on a Sunday. Are you kidding? Give me 1 second. I just got to let this person know that I cannot meet on a Sunday. All right, that's done. Back to the question. You're on the videos that other people have made. If they are doing a product review but aren't selling a product, can this be used or same rules apply? Generally speaking, same rules apply. Generally speaking, you could use that and run the risk of getting in trouble. the likelihood of you getting in trouble for that kind of thing is usually fairly low. But if you want to stay completely ethical, you probably don't want to do that. One thing that we usually do is we can create something new out of small clips from a product. So I might say to Bilal, who is our video guy, I want to go run this new product. And he'll go to TikTok and he'll source 4 or 5 videos from different creators, and he'll use small clips of them to slice up and create a brand new video with a brand new voiceover using AI, and it sounds really good. And that is technically legal. So that's what we can do there. Okay, what have we got here? We've got another suggestion here for a vision stream. Yes, I think this is good. I think. Let's go see if these guys are running ads. Vision beam. It's going to be hard to find. Let me show you. Let me show you what you need to do before you decide on a product. Let's go find one from scratch. So using this PiPi ad spy tool, we're going to go find a product. What I'm looking for, ideally, is a product that, by the way, nails, they're already on the list. And they're I haven't seen a single student asked to sell nails. Like, come on, guys, what are you doing? What are you doing? You use AI at all in creating ads mentioned, but do you use AI for researching products? No, I don't. I don't use AI for researching products. I mean, other than the AI tool here that helps find similar images and stuff. But I do use AI for ads, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, we've got a shaver. This particular shaver has done really well for a few brands. This is on TikTok. So this has been TikTok only, running from December 6th. I think it's a really good video for it. I think it's a tough product to sell. It's been out for a while. Let's find a much easier one. So what I'm looking for smaller items, because smaller items are cheaper to ship, and cheaper to ship means that we usually will have more profit available to us. Heavier items, we can do them, absolutely, but you're going to have to be a much higher price tag. Oh, what do we got here? What's this one? A sword. No, I don't really want a sword. I need a problem-solving product. Foundation. Makeup is a pretty good niche. It's a pretty good niche. But I don't know anything about makeup. Coming into winter, and a lot of you are going to need more air in your tires. Because, okay, what have we got here? There's a TikTok product. Ah. I'm not going to be able to show you the actual product because it's a TikTok shop. But a tire inflator portable air compressor. That is a great product. I wonder if we can find someone who's actually selling this on Facebook. In fact, just to help out today, let's look only on Facebook, because that's going to help us find our Facebook ad library. Nope. Oh, what's this one? Atmosphere, anyone in the room? Lumiere. It's been running for 32 days. And 1 like. We'll skip that one. In fact, let me change this up. So I want these to be things that have been running. Last seen within 24 hours. And I want to have a look at not last seen. Show me the most impressions. Let's get to the meat and bones. Do I find problem solving or hobby products the best products to sell? Hey, hobby products are problem solving products. Guys, what problem? What problem am I solving with these crafts? What's the problem that I'm solving? I'll tell you. We're solving boredom. We're solving racing thoughts. We're solving anxiety at nighttime. We're solving loneliness. We're giving a sense of creativity. So something to fight against depression. Doesn't cure depression, but it's a tool that depressed people can use to create mindfulness. And that's why these sell really well. These, as well as paint by numbers and some other crafts. Like when I was during COVID, I had a different store set up for paint by numbers called Paint Craftology, which I actually sold for a profit. We had another craft called Scratch Craftology. We actually wound that into Home Craftology, which was a mistake. We had Thread Craftology, so we sold what are they called? Cross stitching kits, and we were about to launch Puzzle Craftology, but we realized really quickly that puzzles aren't a thing that anyone can really get into, because there's only a few factories that produce them, and it's like a monopoly. They're like diamonds. They make them rare, but they're so cheap, but you can't produce them cheaper than they can. And the only way to produce puzzles is to actually have a royalty contract with them, where they take your designs and make them themselves. Other than that, the puzzles that come from China are terrible quality. And even then, the puzzles that I had created from China didn't even come close to the quality that I could buy the same thing from Big W from. So puzzles, no good. Anyway, that's the problem that we solve. So when you're looking at which problems we're solving, think outside the box. What are some of these ads? All right, let's do drop shipping. That's what we want. And e-commerce. Okay. Now here we go. What's this thing? A personal embosser. Oh, that's pretty cool. But why? Why do we want that? I can't think of a why. Ew. A bed bug spray? Maybe that's a good product. Maybe Indian farm. Are we doing US? Yeah, we are apparently. Okay, hair loss. Hair loss is a big one. But I don't want to sell anything that is a serum or a medicine. Okay. These have been sold for the last 10 years. There is no way you're still selling these. Come on. No way. For $49? No, that's not working anymore. Come on. I used to sell these. Surely not. Symphony brand. Okay, all right, let's check you guys out. And this is what you guys need to do. Okay, so these guys have been running this ad. We're going to go to the library and we're going to see if this is profitable. And I'm going to show you how we can figure out if this is profitable or not. Symphony brand. 5.3 thousand followers. Okay. Either they bought a lot of those followers, which you definitely would have done, at least a lot of them, but they must have at least invested a significant amount to get that many followers anyway. Now, they've been running ads. These ones from January 15, that's now 3 days. That's not that impressive. As we scroll down, what I'm looking for is ads that have been running for a while. Now, you can have a brand that has ads that have just been running for a few days and still be good. It can happen. So you've got to do a little bit more sleuthing. But when you start seeing ads that have been running for a month or more, it's when you start to get a little bit excited. You don't tend to keep your ads running for more than a couple of weeks if they're not making money. And these have been running since December. You know, there's products out there that I would not think of running that have worked in the past, that students have picked up and made a ton of money with. And this looks like it's one of them. I mean, this one more so, I think it looks a little bit less annoying than having a big cap on your head like that. I don't know. I can't imagine how this one works. But they're running ads. Restless. Look, if you want to run these, give them a try. Sleep headphones. That's really what these are. This is your Facebook ad library link. This is a link to the PiPi ads. If you do want to have a look at the PiPi ads. Now, if you like PiPi ads, you can head over to my YouTube channel. And there's a link there that will give you 20% off if you do want to use PiPi ads, but there is no reason for you to use them unless you, for some reason, just absolutely love the platform and you can't live any longer without access to it. But you don't need it. You can just use my stream and you can just use the Minia tool that we suggest, but it's there as an option. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. I can't believe that's working. I can't believe it. This particular thing I saw the other day, is it in my list? Because it should be. Watercolor kit, yes, it's gold. I can tell you I will 100% be selling this either on Homecraftology or on Paintcraftology. I was lucky enough to reacquire my domain name that I sold, and I should be able to relaunch Paintcraftology again. I'm pretty excited about that. I think we're going to launch it with this product. So that's already on my list. It's already gold. So you're free to jump on that if you want. Absolutely free. Be cool to start stores together and compare. We don't sell clothes. The reason we don't sell clothes or fashion is because people will have the wrong size, and it becomes very difficult to manage doing replacement sizes or size replacements. Same with shoes. People will choose the wrong size, and you'll have to come up with some system to and allow people to get the right size, and that is almost impossible with how we do dropshipping. Upgrade your eyewear. I always wanted to make an eyewear store. That's pretty cool. I guess I'm not cool enough to sell glasses. Those do look pretty cool though. Let's go see how these guys are doing, just out of interest. Nevin Eyewear. All right, quiet. Nevin Eyewear. 63,000 followers, so this is a pretty substantial brand. Just to put that in perspective, I have around about the same amount of followers on my Facebook page. So that's how far these guys have probably scaled. Probably. January 14. They've got a lot of the same video. Wow, this one's the same guy, just turned around. That's an interesting concept. So that means they're doing a bit of horizontal scaling. What does that mean? Nothing important really. Just they are scaling somewhat. Lots of bearded dudes around my age. That's interesting. guess only people in their 40s wear sunglasses these days. These have been running since November 25th untouched. That's pretty impressive. That's 2 months. Wow, I'm going back to November. Oh, October. May. Yeah, look. These guys are doing really well. They've got their avatar sorted here. They do look like cool glasses. Buy two, get one free. Let's take a look at the store. Oh god, they look cheap and nasty. They don't look like what they were wearing. Where's this one? But it is buy one, get one. These probably cost about $15 each. I can't see the one that they advertised. They all look really like a real thick. Is this the one? Oh, maybe that was it. Colorado Bulldog. That one does look pretty cool. Buy one and get any 2 pairs free. Just add all 3 to the cart, or 30% off any single pair. All right. Yeah, this. You got your polarized lenses. Yeah, that's cool. I'm going to put this in the list. I don't know how easy it's going to be to make an eyewear store, but it's going to be in the list. Eyewear. Wrap those and get these Facebook ad library stuff here. And just before we go any further, I do want to point out one thing. When you're using my spreadsheet, a lot of you guys are going to be gravitating towards the Januaries and the Decembers and the Novembers because they're the freshest stuff. But if you go back in time to like February, March, and April, there's a lot of products there that are still running. Like you look at the steam cleaner, for example. If you see something that's from like ages ago in my spreadsheet and you click on it and they're still using it, and then you click on the ads and the ads are still running, what does it tell you? It tells you that even though I found them all the way back in April, they're still making money off their product. And they've been making it this whole time. And that is definitely a niche that you can slide your way into, create a competitive store, and take a slice of that pie. So don't be afraid to go back in time. All right, let's move on. We'll probably have time for one more product today. Let's see what we can find. A gadget for electronics. What is this thing? That's an AI ad for sure. Fast data transfer? Yeah, not interested. Mascara? Yeah, you can sell mascara. 100%. I've already got some mascara products on the list. I'm sure I do, so I won't pop that one in. Core Power chocolate. Yeah, we're not going to be selling foods. We do not want to sell things that you necessarily consume. We have some students that have sold things like gummy bears and like powdered mushroom stuff. You can sell that, but nothing that's like, I wouldn't sell a food that can be consumed in that way, and I wouldn't sell medicine. So we don't want to sell things that have a medicinal claim. That's cool, but that's only going to be good a couple of times a year. That's only going to be good on Valentine's Day or Christmas. This one looks cool. I've had a student give it a try. It's not that easy because I want to know how the website looks actually.
Dads, cool aunts, listen up. This LED drawing board from Cosmati is about to be the
Yeah, this is an impressive looking landing page with the imagery. I'll have to get that to the student who was trying to sell this. Right, what else we got? Nope, not looking for food. That's cool, the modern carry.
So check this out. This is our wallet.
These are basically, these have been around for a while, and this is a well-known brand. I'm not going to pop that in the list. That would be hard to get into, I think. Unless you could find something similar that had a bit of a twist on it. Beard grow. Beard products would be great to get into, by the way. There's a lot there to get into. You got growth serums and that, so that's not particularly easy, but it would be great to get into. Socks for freezing temperatures. Outdoor socks. I think I've already got outdoor socks on my list, by the way. I think I put them there recently. The Ridge wallet, which is just like the wallet we saw before, but these guys have been around for ages. I remember when they first got started. It's a cool idea. I wouldn't jump in on that one though. I'd want to have some kind of different wallet. And look, I'm using my wallet less and less personally. I think it's a dying category, personally. We got these cool galaxy looking lights. Let's have a look at these. All right, but let me look at the actual store. Beck and Fox. December 31. September 16. So on stats wise, how long these ads have been running? They have been running a while, but you see how there's not many ads here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different image only ads. What I'm not seeing an investment in UGC. I'm not seeing an investment in creating really stunning, good looking images that have selling points and urgency. And to me, that means that these guys aren't scaling. So that's not necessarily a good product to sell. It ticks a few boxes, but it doesn't tick enough. Yeah, my neck is fairly stiff and tense. What have you got for me? What have you got for me? Oh, good lord. That's a pretty good ad, by the way. What are we selling here? The Therapillow. Okay. I reckon, yeah, I've seen this pillow around. There's better versions of it. This is what we call a pre-sale landing page. So you build this on your store and you have this big, long information about the product. And you're already sowing the seeds over here saying, hey, it's probably not going to be available at this price. Check availability. Check availability. It might not be there. You might not be able to get this to solve your problem today. And of course, when you check availability, of course it's available. Of course it is. Yeah, very nice website. This is a good product. In terms of ads, let me just pop this in. So, pillow, neck pillow. I'm in the process of building a store around snoring, and this would be probably a good product for me to pop up on the snoring store as a complimentary for the main product that I'm selling. Now, in terms of how long they've been selling this, let's take a look. January 12th, January 11th, January 6th. Lots of nice ads. They've been going back a while. They've been testing different angles. This is what we want to see. December 16. Yeah, these guys are printing. Look at this. October. Yeah, hell yeah. That is a product. Here's your PiPi ads for this product. Right here. We found 3 products today. And look, that's probably roughly how many I would find in a given session. So far in January, we've found 15 or about 13, 14 new products. How many stores do I have? I have too many. Look, yeah, I probably at any given time, I'm probably managing 4 or 5 stores. Most of my own. I manage a couple of stores for other clients as part of my agency. And I'm very, very, very selective about who I work with. And my personal stores, I have 4 at the moment that I'm running, and I can't run any more than that. Honestly, I can't. I'd love to be able to sit here and make stores all day, but it takes a long time to like you guys know the work that you're undertaking to build a store. It takes time and commitment, and then you got to go get your ads, and you got to get your UGC done eventually. Once you get past the infancy stage, it gets more and more challenging to run multiple stores for various different reasons. So personally, I have 3 or 4, and when I do start a new store, mostly it's in partnership with somebody else so that we can split the workload and split the responsibilities. All right, that's it from me today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this. And for those of you who want that link again to my personal spreadsheet, here's the link. Just bear in mind that this is not the official Freedom Club spreadsheet. This is my personal one. Now, you can take anything from here. Everything is free game, even and especially the gold ones that I tell you guys that I'm probably going to run. By all means, just go for it, guys. Just go for it. That's what we're here for. I want to see your success. So, guys, I will be back on tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow I have a ads masterclass, and for those of you who are in the advanced growth class, I'll be doing a scaling session with you guys, and I will see you guys then. Until then, go forth and create your stores, and good luck, guys. Good luck.